The void screams back, motherfucker! Good evening, Darklings. Grab a drink and a snack because today we're screaming. Well, I told y'all Fairy Tail was my current hyperfixation, and I am a man of my word. Today we have Misaki Yeager. Let's get into it, shall we?
Misaki is a member of Team Yeager and uses a lot of magic. She is a takeover S-Class mage and one of the strongest members of Fairy Tail. She is often a model of Sorcerer magazine. She uses crystal, heavenly body, kinesium, words, and magical vortex magic. She is well known because of her beauty.
Bad Lucy Recolor, get on top of the fridge!
This house is a fucking nightmare! Name, Misaki Yeager.
Sasageo.
Race, human. Gender, female. Age, 19. X784.
At least you have the current year and her age, and makes the timeline a little easier to understand. That's the one praise you'll get from me this video.
Height, 5'12".
You mean 6 foot. 5'12" doesn't exist. How are you gonna be a height that doesn't exist?
Weight, 47 kilograms.
What is it with Fairy Tail OCs and being 12 shades of underweight? She would barely be able to stand, let alone function as an S-Class wizard.
Birthday, November 14th. Hair color, pale blonde.
That's just blonde. Specifically Lucy's blonde.
Eye color, pink. Blood type, A positive. Professional status, affiliation, Fairy Tail. Guild mark, location, right shoulder.
It's on the left. Are you this idiotic on purpose?
Occupation, S-Class mage.
I refuse to believe she's an S-Class on principle at this point.
Team Yeager. Previous affiliation, Allied Forces, Team Tenro. Partners, Alexa Yeager, Sophie Yeager, and Shiro Yeager. Previous partner, Mystigan.
Is Mystigan a common hyperfixation for stolen OCs or something? I mean, I see the appeal, don't get me wrong.
Base of operations, the first Fairy Tail building. Personal status, alive. Relatives, Alexa Yeager, Sophie Yeager, Shiro Yeager, Mystigan, her husband. Counterpart, Misaki Yeager, future self.
So you don't understand what counterpart means, got it?
Magic. Oh boy, here we go. Crystal magic is a caster magic cultized by several mages that consists in crystallize the user's magical power, creating magic crystals. Crystal katana. She creates a long and curved sword of crystal. Despite being made of crystal, the blade is so sharp as a real katana. Crystal coffin. Crystal pillars shoot from the ground and trap a foe in a cone-shaped prison where only their heads are visible. Crystal Labyrinth. This is the principal Misaki's crystal magic spell. Immense crystal walls grow from the ground, creating a great crystal labyrinth to capture their opponents. Once inside the labyrinth, it's nearly impossible to escape. Crystal House. Misaki creates a crystal house. This originally was a spell created to simply sleep at night, but can be used to capture enemies. Crystal Forest. Misaki's favorite spell. Great crystal pillars shoot out from the ground randomly in a wide area, creating a forest of crystals. The crystal pillars are like mirrors and will confuse his enemies. Crystal Charge. This spell is to charge a crystal with a power. The power depends on the mood the caster is in, which can be a devastating blow or just a little tickle, from angry, mad, happy, okay, annoyed, and sad.
This is just shitty ice make magic with special twists. If you wanted a fucking make a magic, crystal make magic. There, fixed your shitty crystal magic.
Heavenly Body Magic.
Oh, finally, a kind of magic that has established
is a unique form of caster magic that allows the user to utilize stellar energy as well as various astronomical objects.
God help us.
Double Cluster. Sure. Throws out his hand and the opponent is stuck with a blast of light that strikes them in their exact location. Great Diamond. Misaki throws his hand up and a blast of light shoots out of the ground under the enemy. Orion's Sword. Misaki summons a sword made out of light that can extend and contract at will, or separate into dozens of smaller swords to fire at the enemy. Triangulum. Misaki conjures multiple magic seals in front of himself and uses them to fire powerful beams of light. Once the beams reach a designated area, their magic compacts itself and explodes. This spell can be used to take down multiple enemies in different and distant locations. HARASS. Misaki sends out several whips made out of light to batter the opponent. Volans? Sure. Misaki points at his opponent and he fires a beam of light at them, capable of inflicting piercing damage. Corona Australis? Misaki creates a dark-colored globe of concentrated magic that progressively expands, thus destroying everything in its way.
Gods damn it! Not only is this not canon heavenly body magic, you didn't even make this! You refer to Misaki as he and his throughout this entire little thing. How little effort did you actually put into making this trite?
Oh god, the word I can't say. Kinesuum? Sure, we're going with that. Is a highly sought-after metal that is used in weapon forging for its superior strength in kinetic absorption and redirection. It offers superior resistance to corrosion, as well as impressive strength, but because of the cost of production, it is often used in alloys to provide a high-end blade that is more economical for the average mage.
I'm sorry, what? This is not magic, this is a metal.
Magical Vortex is an advanced way of producing a magical aura. This version of magical aura allows the user to release their magic power in 3 different forms. These forms are created and controlled in unison in order to create an aura of magic power that acts in the same way as a tornado. To create a magical vortex, the mage releases a combination of a layer of pressurized magical power, bursts of magical power, and an invisible current of magic power known as magical wind. These 3 things rotate around Morgana to create a magical vortex.
I'm calling it now. This is just shitty homebrew sky magic, but special.
Who the fuck is Morgana? Categories: Magical Vortex. Due to the similarities to a tornado, the various levels of magical vortex is broken up into categories that go up to category 5.
You see, this has 5 categories, but there are fucking 6. Just because you label one category 0 does not mean there's not 6 categories, you limp noodle.
Category 0. The magical winds in this level of magical vortex isn't that strong. The magical vortices... Isn't the plural for vortex just vortexes, not whatever the fuck that is? I don't know, I don't care. In this category is the most common to see. Around 38.9% of the magical vortexes are seen. Of the magical vortexes seen are in this category. The magical vortex in this category is usually compared to the giant wrath spell. The magical winds are capable of lightly damaging the surrounding area, such as breaking the branches off trees. In addition, this level of magical vortex is capable of protecting the user against most physical attacks by blowing the attacker back a couple of feet when their attack makes contact with the magical vortex.
The magic vortex is not that strong. Proceed to compare it to Giant's Wrath, a spell that took down buildings.
Category 1. The size of the magical vortices in this category is almost twice as large as the magical vortexes in Category 2. In Category 0, the magical vortexes in this category are the second most common to see. Around 35.6% of the magical vortexes seen are in this category. This allows the magical vortexes in this category to give the use of a higher level of defense against physical attacks than the magical vortexes in Category 0. It also gives the user a small level of defense against magical attacks. In addition, the speed of the magical winds of the magical vortexes are a lot faster. The speed of the magical winds in this category is usually between 73 miles per hour and 112 miles per hour. This allows the magical vortexes to cause to be a lot more destructive than the magical vortexes in Category 0. The destruction of this category of magical vortexes is capable of its feats like peeling the surface off roofs, effortlessly pushing magic four-wheel vehicles off roads, and destroying garages. Category 2. The magical vortexes in this category are the third most common to see. Around 19.4% of the magical vortexes seen are in this category. The magical vortexes in this category doesn't differ that much in size when compared to magical vortexes in category 1, but the magic power in magical vortexes in this category is a lot more concentrated. That gives the magical vortexes in this category the ability to protect the user against most physical and magical attacks, as well as emit a terrifying presence. The magical winds in this category of magical vortexes can reach speeds of anywhere between 113 miles per hour and 157 miles per hour. This gives the magical vortexes in this category the ability to inflict significant damage to the surrounding area. This destruction includes ripping off the roofs of buildings, easily uprooting trees, and demolishing mobile homes. Category 3. The magical vortexes in this category are the fourth most common to see. Around 4.9% of the magical vortexes seen are in this category. What does that even mean? You keep saying this like it's a fucking weather report. Stop it. The size of the magical vortexes in this category is twice as large as the size of the magical vortexes in category 1 and 2. No shit. In addition, the concentration of the magical power of the magical vortexes in this category is slightly higher than the concentration of magic power in magical vortexes in category 2. This allows the magical vortex to repel physical and magical attacks with ease, as well as give the magical vortex an overwhelming presence. The magical winds of the magical vortexes in this category can reach speeds of anywhere between 158 miles per hour to 206 miles per hour. This gives the magical vortexes in this category the ability to severely damage the surrounding area. The magical winds are strong enough to easily rip off the roofs and some walls of buildings or almost level an entire forest. Category 4. This category of magical vortex is the fifth most common. Around 1.1% of the magical vortexes seen are in this category. This category of magical vortexes is usually seen by... by what? Ayakashis? Sure, due to their immense magical power. The magical vortex is humongous, as well as being composed of magical power that is extremely concentration. This allows the magical vortex to propel almost any physical and magical attacks. The concentration of the magical power allows the magical vortex to take on the traits of the user's main magic. This can cause effects such as producing blizzards if the magical vortex is produced by a mage who uses an ice-based magic, as well as gives the magical vortex a very terrifying presence. In addition, the magical vortexes in this level are capable of producing magical winds with speeds that can range from 207 miles per hour to 260 miles per hour. The high speeds of the magical winds allow the magical winds to completely devastate the surrounding area. Oh, and finally Category 5, but there's still more after this. God, I hate everything. Category 5! The category of this magical vortex is the rarest level of magical vortex. Only one who has shown the ability to use this level of magical vortex is Lilith Demonblood? Lilith Demonblood, are you serious? Okay. Category 5 is by far the strongest category of magical vortex. Merely mentioning the category of magical vortex has the reputation of striking fear in anyone who have been on the opposing side of this magical vortex. The magical vortexes in this category is both larger than any other category, as well as have a great concentration of magic power than the magical vortexes in any other category. This gives the magical vortexes in this category the ability to propel magical and physical attacks alike, strike fear in any who see it, and take on the traits of the user's main form of magic. The magical winds in this category can reach from anywhere between 261 miles per hour to 318, causing a very high level of destruction to the surrounding area, as well as any being close to the magical vortex. Mages who have been close to this category of magical vortex has reported that being around this level of magical vortex feels like they were being stung by thousands of angry bees. I just feel like I got done reading a weather report.
So, I don't know if it's just my autism or the brain damage or what, but most of this made no fucking sense. It's just wall of text after wall of text. I swear my eyes rolled back into my fucking skull when trying to comprehend this.
Unison Raid is an uncategorized spell that very few mages are capable of performing due to the need to fully synchronize their magic and personal feelings. Oh god, what is this wall of text? Oh god, it's so long. Unison Raid, mutualistic power. Goken Lit, fusion magic, blah 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 blah. Unison Raid, mutualistic power is a unique branched off spell from the Unison Raid. The fusion of the two magic, it's allowed the users to spread the merged magics out between themselves and use it as physical enchantment. The two people fuse their magic and then use it as a physical enchantment. Essentially, however, it goes much deeper than that. Unison Raid, mutualistic power is a spell categorized by the selective integration of applications of finite and limited quality of the sheer amount of magical power formed upon manifesting a successful Unison Raid, altering the quality of their magic power ordinarily omitted to contain instead the intended and permanent amount of magical energy. In addition, however, absorbing too much magical power could prove dangerous. Undertaking this perilous process allows the user to manipulate the advantageous power, including attribute displayed by the excess of magical power, granting them access to superhuman levels of physical powers and their typical abilities, or even powers surpassing that, depending on the level of mastery that the users process over stringing stray magical particles and absorbing them. They could possibly even use the twin magics that the original Unison Raid was forged from as well, meaning that they would be capable of using their partner's magic in short bursts. However, this is extremely difficult to perform. However, this technique does not come without risk. The capability possesses a significant potential, resulting in the individual becoming consumed by the very power they desire to exploit, harming themselves and dealing permanent damage to their medical reserves. Certain steps can be undertaken to reduce the negative or even negate this threat. However, these vary from person to person, and overall these steps are known to be rather difficult to define properly.
It feels like I just read the fucking wiki page for Unison Raids. In a bio category like this, I would expect an explanation of all the Unison Raids for this specific character. But no, I just got a description of what Unison Raids are instead!
Unison Raid, family bond, fusion magic, blah blah blah, requip, also known as X-Quip, is caster magic and a type of spatial magic related to the summoning of various types of equipment. Requip, the Black Knight, express secondary magic, dark methods of the imperfect revolutionary. The Archer is a type of holder magic and subset of requip magic that revolves around the use and storage of bows and arrows. Jesus Christ. Requip Poison Scythe. The purple scythe takes place of Hitomi's big sword. This scythe is special on the blade. It has a hint of poison on it. If cut, the target won't feel pain until the poison has entered the target's body. Why is this underneath the category of the Archer? Specifically for bows and arrows. Here. Requip Sword of the Blue. Hitomi's usual gigantic blue sword takes the place of the weapon she had in her hands. Requip Leaf Blade. A long, thin turquoise spear takes place of the requipment Hitomi has, and it has the ability to let Hitomi use wood magic. Requip Death Bow. A black, deadly-looking bow takes the place of Hitomi's weapon. This bow is very accurate and never misses its shot. Requip Death Arrow. A black sword takes the place of Hitomi's weapon. The sword can cut through anything. Requip Double Threat. 2 Sai swords are replaced with the current weapon Hitomi has. This is mainly used for defense and almost rarely used for offense. Requip Battle Axe. A battle axe is replaced with the current weapon Hitomi has. Only uses this deadly weapon when she wants to show off her rage. Yeager's Kick. Yeager's Kick is a melee combat ability in which she releases a beam of pink flames from her legs and kicks it to the enemy.
I actually really like the description of each requip this character has. Feels authentic and like it's something I'd see in Urza's bio. Too bad you didn't write this and stole it from Hitomi's offer I have yet to find. There really is not much I can say about your character, because you didn't write half of this. The only parts that were half decent were the parts you stole. Her redesign, Yuji's included, I'm dragging her to hell on this with me, will be up next week. My mental health is in the gutter right now, so it'll take a bit of time for me to get back on track. Have a good evening, Darklings.